And here I thought we were done with Pizza Tower, but of course we have another mod. If you guys don't know what Pizza Tower is, well, it's a game that is pretty much the spiritual successor to the Wario Land games. And I talked a lot more about this in the video I did about this previously. I'll put it in the top right corner if you guys do want to check that out. So in that last video, we talked about the Taunt, a parry ability that lets you pretty much bounce back attacks, and we can see how it can be manipulated to, well, make things more interesting. Now here's the crazy thing, are you ready? We also took a look at another parry mod recently before that, and that was the Ultra Kill parry mod. Now the creator that made this mod right here is the same person that made the parry mod for Ultra Kill. Not the Pizza Tower one, that was someone different. That's kind of crazy to me to think that, because you'd think that the same person made all those mods. But of course no, we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting mod, one that definitely pushes you to the absolute limit. This is the Pizza Tower movement mod. Alright guys, so to start things off, you're going to want to go into third person. So right now I have third person on. If you don't know how to do that, simply go into the console, type in third person. You can also bind it to a key if you wish, and then press enter and you'll be in third person. If you want to go back to first person, just type first person into the console and you'll go back. I have my keys binded so I can switch between them easily. So now let's talk about the speed, and the speed is going to have different tiers. You're also going to have music, which could get obnoxious, and you can't really mute it. Trust me, I even checked the settings. So for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and lower the game volume down just a bit so it's not too loud. So while you move, you're going to notice you create these after images, and then you're also going to progressively go through the different stages of speed, also known as Mach. So first things first, we have Mach 1. This is where you're going to start seeing the after images. And by the way, you don't have to press shift. I'm just walking normally and I get the speed. So this is Mach 1. And of course, one of the telltale signs is just the way our character looks. You can see our animation changes. We kind of have like our elbow out, kind of like, well, a certain Mario character that loves garlic. And then as you progress through the different stages, you're going to go into Mach 2. And then eventually Mach 3. And Mach 3 you're going to know because he puts his arm up just a little bit higher, and the sound gets even more fierce. So this is the maximum speed we got. Now what happens when you, I don't know, hit a wall? Well, you simply just bounce off of it. Once again, kind of like from the Wario Land series, which again, this is based off of, which I love. Now I got 2 games I need to buy. But what happens if you were to run into a certain NPC named Odessa? Well, this is where it gets really fun, because you can just plow through NPCs like it's nothing. So there's something that I'm a little curious about. What about a row of NPCs? So we're gonna go ahead and get to full speed, or at least close to full speed. Alright, here we go. And that's the unfortunate thing. When you do run into an NPC, it does ever so slightly slow you down. Although you can get pretty far. I think like, what? That was like 4 Odessas deep? But what if you don't want to have to work up all that speed? What if you want to just get right into Mach 2 from the get-go? And that's pretty simple from our next ability, which is called Grab. Now, even though it's called Grab, which you're going to see why it's called that in a minute, it's more like an air dash. And as you can see, we're already in Mach 2. And then Mach 3. So it's pretty cool how you could just go right into that, and it's much easier than having to run like a simpleton. So this move is kind of multifaceted because it does act as a bit of an air dash. So let's say that, I don't know, you want to go over to the next platform over there, and you're going to notice that, well, you don't quite make it unless you do that air dash. Now, of course, you can just work up speed and just, well, jump the entirety of Construct if you really want, but it is kind of cool to have that in a pinch if you need it. Now, what else can this ability do? Because like I said, it is multifaceted. Well, as the name implies, you grab them. And then not only do you grab them, you pretty much punch them immediately and kill them. So I'll try to get a camera set up so you guys can see how this looks. And I completely forgot about the most important part of the video. Guys, make sure you do type this in. This is going to bind the X key to the toggle Mach, and you need to do this because this is how you get in and out of the movement. I do apologize, I should have mentioned that earlier in the video, but now we're going to go ahead and see what this looks like. So, once again, left click. Pretty freaking sweet. Alright, so if you guys thought that that was all that we have to do, there is quite a bit more. In fact, this mod is pretty feature packed, so the next ability we're going to be talking about is the jump. So if you want a super jump, make sure you're in Mach 2 or above, and then press Control. And you will do a super jump, just jumping to crazy heights, which unfortunately does kind of kill all your momentum. But of course, guess what? That's right, we can do the dash. Alright, so you can jump really high, but what else can you do? Well, simply hold control and let it go, and you will do a body slam and slam back down. Definitely a pretty useful feature for when you want to kill a lot of NPCs in a short amount of time. Alright, next up we have roll, and this is going to be an interesting one. So in order to achieve this, simply press control while grabbing. So grab, and that's it. We like slide. Not really a roll, but I guess close enough. So I don't know what this does in the game because I've never played it myself, but I imagine that it does damage. Or of course it could be used to get into smaller spaces. Not too sure, but again, it's more of a slide than a roll, but I understand it's hard to animate this stuff into Garry's mod. But still a pretty neat feature. Now we're going to go on to the last feature of this mod, and that is going to be, in my opinion, one of the coolest, and it's going to be pretty fitting for the player model that we do have. We can climb walls. It uses the fast zombie climbing animation, which again is pretty fitting considering who we are. Now you can do this pretty much anywhere. Once again, this is where that grab ability is really gonna come in handy, because if we're too far from the wall, or we're just suspended in the air like this, we can grab the wall from there. It also lets us gain speed, or you can just fly. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so you can't stay in the air forever, but you can stay in the air for a pretty long time, and then when you land, you're going to be going at Mach 3. I just think this is pretty cool. I almost feel like Spider-Man when I do this. Alright, so that's all the basic abilities. So you guys might think, oh, well, that's the end of the video, right? But you guys know my channel. We like to go a step above, and if you go into the options here, you're going to notice something interesting. Is that a speed limit? Even though our speed's going to be higher, our acceleration limit is still the same, so it might take a while to get up to full speed. And of course, there is no better map to test your speed on than the infinite map. So I'm going to just kind of go balls deep. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. Let's go all the way to the maximum velocity, and then we're going to see if we can go even further than that. We're also going to make the acceleration multiplier go all the way up. Okay. Are you ready? And I can already tell we're going so fast. Guys, this map is not small in the slightest. This is incredible. Right now, I'm just gonna turn that off because it's annoying. I'm going max speed, no clip. I'm not kidding. If you guys haven't seen the infinite map yet, it's an incredible map, an incredible feat of game engineering in my opinion. So props to MEE, the creator. But as we can see, the vastness of this map is so massive that even no clip looks like we're just slowly walking forward. And now falling, well, that's a whole nother dilemma. Oh, surprisingly, falling's pretty quick. Alright, now that we're down, this is our normal sprint. As you can see, it's not that fast. Now we're going to activate this, and it does take a bit to get up to full speed still, but I mean, you can just see the blur in front of us. It's pretty incredible, and you can go backwards too. Like, nothing is really stopping you. Now, what about wall climbing? Oh, I guess we don't have to wall climb. Ran into the wall, and now we're pretty much flying. Okay, I'm just gonna do the grab to try to lunge us forward here. I'm gonna try to roll down this hill here, see how that works. Oh man, this is actually insane. Alright, and we just bounce. Alright, here we go, here we go. Oh no, we go too fast. Unfortunately, with the Source engine, it doesn't really like keeping your feet on the ground. Alright, so now at this point, we're pretty much just swimming through the air. This is hilarious. So, guys, I don't know what else to say. This is an awesome mod. Definitely fun to check out. And it's also so much more than just a speed mod. But if you want to have a blast, definitely check out the infinite map here. Alright, what if we go down to the bottom? Whoa, that is trippy. We're at the bottom of the lake. I can only imagine. Alright, so I'm going to turn that off. I can only imagine how deep this is. Alright, so I'm just going to no-clip. I am no-clipping maximum speed right now. Alright guys, so it's been about, I want to say maybe 20 seconds. There we go. That took me like almost a full minute of top speed no-clipping to get out of. Pretty scary stuff. But I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of this mod. A really cool mod to check out. I definitely recommend it. If you guys did like this video though, maybe leave a like or subscribe if you want. All the links to all the mods will be in the description as always. Guys, have an awesome weekend, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, thanks for watching and farewell.